Your Instagram feed may start looking a little different. It's going to start hiding likes on some posts starting this week in the U.S. It's only a test at this point, but the move represents a major shakeup in social media strategy.
Facebook already started hiding likes in Australia earlier this year. Twitter also says it's experimenting with ways to promote more positive engagement online. Axios Media reporter Sarah Fisher chronicles this trend in her latest newsletter, and she joins us now from Washington. So, Sarah, take us deeper into this testing from Instagram. What more do we know about it, and what's, I guess, the motive behind it?
Yeah, so Instagram's head, Adam Mosseri, announced this on stage last week at Wired's 25 conference. It's something that had been suggested in the past. For now, it's just a test, something that they're going to try out and see how users and businesses react on the platform. But it might be something that they enact fully later on in the year. The reason that Instagram is testing this and why its parent Facebook is testing this is because they want to create healthier engagement on the platform. What they're noticing is that people are posting things online just to accrue likes, because that number shows up publicly so people can see how much your content is liked. But if that number were to no longer show up publicly, then potentially users would be more willing to post things that are endemic to them. They'd be more willing to get creative and to actually showcase their true selves. So that's why Instagram and Facebook are testing this type of thing. And as you mentioned at the top, Twitter is also testing changes to its features to kind of get people to engage more authentically and to encourage more positive behavior on these platforms. I mean, at the end of the day, we all use social media and we're all addicted. And maybe at the end of the day, that's not the best thing.
I think I saw an interview with somebody from Instagram saying that this is about sort of the mental health of Instagram users. I found that sort of hard to believe that that Instagram was concerned about mental health, but is it that altruistic?
Well, here's the way I would look at it. They do care about the mental health of their users because users get burned out. We cited a study that said about 60% of teens say that they've taken a break from social media because they feel burnt out by the pressure from it. About 25% of them say that it's the drama on social media that really gets them to take a step back. And so I think that they do care about the mental health of their users, but what's not fully altruistic is at the end of the day, they care about the health of their users so that their users come back. They make money off of engagement, and so at the end of the day, if they're not going to keep those people there on their platform because they feel sick of it, then yeah, they have an incentive from a business perspective to make some changes.
So in your weekly newsletter, you write that these efforts from the companies to remove harassment and negativity are not, in fact, all that altruistic. And so break that down a little bit more for our viewers.
Well, it's kind of like what I just said. If you have users that are getting burnt out from the bright colors and all the likes and all the pressure from social media, they're not going to continue to come back. And what these social media companies count on is users coming back day in and day out and getting into those apps and spending time there so they can sell ads against them. If you're a user and there's just too much pressure for you to post something that's going to get a lot of likes, then you're not going to want to come back. And that is the social media company's actual worst nightmare.
Don't they also count on these influencers that draw, you know, massive amounts of people? I'm assuming, I don't know, they make me feel like they draw massive amounts of people, like a Kim Kardashian or something like that.
Yeah, what's Kim Kardashian saying?
Well, she's actually in favor of it, but you know, she's got multiple hustles going on. There's some other people that being an influencer is sort of one of their primary sources of income. So I'm wondering if this is going to be damaging for them.
I mean, a lot of small businesses rely on these publicly available like counts to be able to boost their businesses. And so some of those small businesses are individual influencers, as you mentioned. Others can be actual businesses, you know, startups that are selling sneakers or clothing, whatever. And I think the creative community has a lot of questions for Instagram about how this is going to work. Some rumors that I'm hearing is that even though Instagram won't make these like counts publicly available, people who use the platform for business might be able to still access analytics about how their posts perform so that they can still drive better engagement. But at the end of the day, we do know that some influencers really rely on that public number, and so Instagram has yet to fully address what it would mean if this were to move from being an experiment to a real thing.
So would something like this then, Sarah, prevent Fire Festival 2.0? Because it was driven in part, the attraction to that was driven in part by these influencers. And if you can't see the likes or you can't influence people with Instagram, maybe people won't get swindled the way that they were when it came to something like that.
I think there's a huge effort by Instagram and its company Facebook to rely more on authenticated users and our more authenticated products. And they've done a pretty good job using machine learning and AI and a little bit of human resources to weed that stuff out. I think at the end of the day, what's going to be hard is they're never going to be able to tell if a business that seems really good is actually really bad just because of whether or not it has likes. So I think you're still going to have Fire Festival-like situations. However, it will be harder for something to go viral just for the sake of being viral because numbers are publicly available. You're going to have authentically good content for something to go up in the Instagram feed from now on. It's not going to just be because everyone else is liking it and you can see that, then you're going to like it too.
Right, got to be value added.
That's right.
Sarah Fisher, thank you very much.
Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you.